What's going on, everybody? This is your W.O.F Outlook and discussion for Tuesday, July 25th, 2023. And before we get into today's video, I hope everyone is doing well, remaining positive, and as always, staying blessed. All right, you guys, if you're new here at your Weather on the Fly, we always start off with the tropics here in the summertime. And as you can see, you guys, we do have two areas of interest that the National Hurricane Center is watching. The first area is Invest 95L that we've been watching for a while. You guys, over the a few days ago, I said we have to see how this system will hold up against this shear across the Caribbean, you guys. And this system is not going to make it, you guys. It was at one point at a high chance, 70% for development, but it's now at a 10% chance for development through 48 hours and 7 days. And as you can see here, it's moving across the Lesser Antilles right now. And that's about as much as this system is going to do is give the Caribbean islands some rain as it continues to move on towards the west here with no development. And also, you guys, we do have a new area to watch here across the southwestern Atlantic, which could affect parts of the southeastern coastline. So, if you guys haven't done so already, consider subscribing here at your Weather on the Fly so you in the YouTube nation can stay up to date and weather aware. If the National Hurricane Center comes out with the advisories for these tropical systems, I have them posted right here in nice and graphical animational form so you guys can stay up to date and weather aware. Now, as we do take a look at this system across the southwestern Atlantic, you can see it's basically a weak surface trough here, you guys, that could have the potential for some type of development as it continues to move westward and approach parts of the eastern Florida's peninsula, Georgia, South Carolina coast here. Not sure where this system is going to actually probably try to form, you guys, if it even do so. But that's why we do have this big area circled here. So we'll just continue to watch, and I will have the updates posted here at your Weather on the Fly as they continue to come out. We do have a big upper level low across the Northwest Caribbean, which is why 95L is not developing because this upper level low is just inducing nothing but west and southwesterly shear across the Caribbean as this system comes along. The Gulf of Mexico is full of dry air, you guys, where the northern Gulf of Mexico, that is, you can see along this boundary that we have stalled out across the northern Gulf, some dry air has creeped in there just off the Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama coast, you guys. As we take a look at the Eastern Pacific, nothing is going on, you guys. It's very weird and strange that we're going into August and they've only had three named storms in the Eastern Pacific with four tropical depressions. We have this big tropical wave here, but it doesn't look like anything is going to come about with this anytime soon, you guys. So the Eastern Pacific continues to remain dead. So I hope that doesn't mean once the Atlantic gets going that it really gets going, you guys. But looking at the remainder of the Atlantic, look at the dry air here that we still have entrenched across the central Atlantic and eastern tropical and into the subtropical Atlantic here, you guys. But we do have a few waves coming off the African coast that the GFS. Oh, you guys, the GFS does spin it up, you guys, but it spins it up one run, then it doesn't spin it up the next run. So it's just something that I'm going to just continue to watch here at your Weather on the Fly. We're not going to dwell on it. And as the updates, the serious updates when it actually matters come out, I would have them posted here right here for you guys here at your Weather on the Fly. And if we're going to take one more look at the tropics before we go, as Don, which was up here, you guys, Don is good old and gone, you guys. As you can see, Don is probably somewhere mixed in all of this troughiness that we have here up across the extreme northern Atlantic, heading on out here, you guys. So Don is gone after he made his loop-de-loop across the Atlantic and did all kind of crazy kind of tracks there, you guys. Now, as we take it to the lower 48, we do have some severe weather that we will be worrying about, that we do have to worry about, you guys. And as you can see, the temperatures across the southern United States going to be baking as we continue to warm up throughout the rest of the day, you guys. We do have a little trough here coming into parts of the Pacific Northwest around the Seattle area, you guys, which that could cause a marginal risk for some severe weather from Utah on into parts of west central Wyoming, on into central and eastern Montana, you guys. We do have another disturbance here around the Nebraska area. Let me try putting, hold on, you guys. I want to put on the contours for the mid to upper levels. And as you can see, we do have the trough here. Look at the trough. Let me take the temperatures off so we can see it better. All right, you guys. And as you can see here, the contours, you can see the East Coast trough that we have. I want to try one more thing, you guys. Let's get the paintbrush going. All right, you can see here, you guys, we do have the ridge here, the big old ridge out across the desert Southwest. That's Bacon, Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, all these areas. And here we go up here, here's Seattle. We do have the flow coming in like this as another trough is coming in. And we do have the dip here along the eastern United States, you guys. And this is how the weather pattern is for right now, you guys. That's why we are baking here across the desert Southwest. And we do have this system coming within this northwest flow of this trough, you guys, across Nebraska, South Dakota. And that is why we do have this slight risk for severe weather up in this area as well. We do have an upper level system coming across parts of Pennsylvania, New York. That's going to cause the a chance for some severe weather across the mid-Atlantic. We have a slight risk, a marginal risk all the way up into the New England area, you guys. So definitely will severe weather season just keeps on giving you guys. And as we take the paintbrush off, all right, we're gonna finish with paintbrush and we're gonna clear paintbrush, you guys, because you got to be very precise with this, or the paintbrush gonna go all over the place, you guys. All right, and we're gonna take, we get to it, take the 500 millibar off, and as we take the surface plots off and get to the convective outlooks, you guys. All right, pause that. Take the lightning off. All right, and as you guys can see, as I was just stating, we do have a slight risk here up across parts of North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, Iowa, and Minnesota here. Also, the slight risk up across parts of the Mid-Atlantic, just to the north of the Virginia Beach area. You guys, Washington, D.C., Baltimore, all you guys are within this slight risk for severe weather up here. New York is under the marginal risk. This goes all the way up into Connecticut, Boston, all the way up into Maine here, you guys. Bangor, Maine. We'll have to be on the lookout for some severe weather. As we look at some of the cities up here, you guys, O'Neill, Winter, I'm not about to sit here and butcher all these names, you guys. Morris, Fairmont, all these areas up here across parts of the Dakotas, Minnesota, Iowa, and Nebraska. We'll be on the lookout. Even here up across parts of Utah, heading into Wyoming and Montana, we'll have that marginal risk. Let's look to see what these storms will be up to. All right, as we head for the tornado, right now we don't have any probability for tornado spin ups less than 2%, you guys, but always be on the lookout for an isolated one. Here across the slight risk area for hail pushing 1 to 1.5 inch in diameter up across parts of the Dakotas and Nebraska, and even here across the mid Atlantic around Washington, D.C. and Baltimore, you guys. And as well as the same as hail, wind, 15% chance of that wind pushing 50 to 60, gusting to 70 here up across the northern plains and the mid-Atlantic states, with a 5% across the marginal risk areas, you guys. No significant tornadoes. That's good news. We have no significant hail and no significant wind. That is all great news, you guys. Now, as we take a look at the HRRR to see just how these storms are going to continue to materialize throughout the next 48 hours or 2 days, however you decide to look at it, you guys. As we get this loaded, we start here at 12 noon. Catch your weather on the fly, you guys. So as we look here about 12 o'clock, you can see up across parts of Pennsylvania may have some scattered showers and rumbles of thunder starting to develop here just to the southwest of New York. Look here across parts of the northern Gulf Coast, along with that frontal boundary. Most of the rain will be over waters, you guys, but some of those cells may be starting to develop here right along the immediate Gulf Coast. And even here across parts of northeast Nebraska could start to see some showers and thunderstorms developing. As we head on to about 5 o'clock in the afternoon, you guys. Let's see here. As we get this to load, you can see the showers and thunderstorms start to increase in coverage here across the Florida Peninsula, moving on up towards the Georgia, South Carolina coastal waters. Here across the mid-Atlantic, we do have a few of these heavy cells across Virginia and Baltimore starting to develop, even up towards the New York area. Could start to see some heavy cells starting to form here. Look here up across parts of the northern plains, southern North Dakota, you guys. Some showers and thunderstorms starting to develop here. We head on to about 9 in the evening, you guys. As we head on to about 9 in the evening, you can see here we do have some across parts of extreme northern Minnesota, have some showers, maybe some heavy rumbles of thunder, maybe a cluster of showers here up across parts of extreme northwest Illinois here, even up across parts of around the Boston area, you guys. We'll be on the lookout for some clusters of showers and maybe a heavy rumble of thunder or two here around 9, 10 o'clock in the evening, you guys. As we head on to about the overnight hours, 1, 2 in the morning, before we segue into convective outlook day 2, you guys. You can see here it's still going to possibly be rumbling up here across parts of Minnesota, the Minneapolis area, as we head into the overnight hours. Could see some showers and thunderstorms, which one or two of those storms could be strong, producing some strong gusty winds and some isolated large hail. A cluster of heavy rain could be moving out of central Illinois into parts of Indiana as we head through the overnight hours. We head to convective outlook day 2, which will be for you guys Wednesday. And as you can see, the Storm Prediction Center has an enhanced risk here up across parts of the Great Lakes and Ohio Valley here. Detroit is in this enhanced risk. Fort Wayne, you guys. Let's look at some more of these cities before I start butchering. Toledo, South Bend, just to the Mansfield. We're going to add y'all in there. Y'all are very close enough. Kokomo, you guys, Bluffton, all you guys, Bryan, all of you are in the area just to the west of Cleveland, you guys. This enhanced risk, a slight risk, does include Cleveland, Columbus, Indiana, Chicago, Springfield, Missouri, Peoria, all these areas, Clinton, on up into Milwaukee. We'll have that slight risk for severe weather, but a marginal risk encompassing the outer edge of that, you guys, which does include Lake Erie and Buffalo, you guys, will be under that marginal risk. And we also do have a marginal risk that's going to be out yet again across parts of eastern, northeastern Colorado, up into Nebraska and the Dakotas for a marginal risk. Now, as we take a look to see what these storms are going to be up to under this enhanced risk for tomorrow, you can see we do have a 5% chance of a few tornadoes possibly spinning up here around the Detroit area, you guys, in Lake Michigan. So we will definitely be on the lookout. A 2% chance encompasses the outer edge of that, which does include the Chicago area, Columbus, Indiana. All you guys, I'm getting all miscombobulated with these cities. Chicago is the in a 2%. Peoria, Springfield, Indianapolis, Columbus. All these areas will have that chance to see a tornado for tomorrow, you guys. So definitely we'll be on the lookout up there. We go to the hail potential, a 15% chance of that hail pushing 1 to 1.5 inch in diameter. We do have a 30% chance across the Detroit area for those winds pushing 50 to 60, gusting to 70, maybe even as high as 80, you guys. So we'll definitely be on the lookout. A 15% encompasses the slight risk, which includes the Chicago area for those strong damaging winds. No significant tornadoes. We have no significant areas for hail or wind. So that is all good news right now, you guys. And as we continue to take a look at the HRRR, you can see here by time 7 in the morning, up across parts of north central Wisconsin, could have some showers and thunderstorms ongoing here, and even some starting to develop here across parts of central and southern Illinois. We head on to about 12 o'clock on you guys Wednesday. And let's see, once we get this to load, you guys. All right, here we go. Still up across parts of Wisconsin, starting to head into northern Michigan here, you guys. This cluster of showers and thunderstorms could be ongoing. Other than that, the map is fairly quiet. Not too much will be ongoing as the heating of the day and everything starts to intensify and heat up. Then as we head on to about 4 or 5 in the afternoon, that's when we start to see, especially here up across parts of Michigan, extending on down into Indiana, an increase in showers and thunderstorms, and the intensity of these storms here. All hazards will be possible as we head through late afternoon into the evening hours up here across the Great Lakes. And as we go on to about 10 o'clock, you guys, look here, you guys, look here across parts of Ohio, the Detroit area, as we're heading into the evening hours, Toronto, heading on over towards Lake Erie, Buffalo, you guys. All you guys will be starting to enter some heavy showers and thunderstorms as we head through tomorrow evening, heading into the overnight hours. Eastern Colorado, just to the east of Denver, could start to see some showers and thunderstorms starting to develop, even here across parts of northwest Minnesota. Heavy showers and thunderstorms. We'll be on the lookout for some isolated instances of flash flooding, you guys. As we go as far as the HRRR will take us out with it, which is convective outlook day 3, you guys. And as you can see here, we do have a slight risk of severe weather across parts of New York and New England here, you guys, all the way up into the Northeast. Will be y'all severe weather day, and this will be for Thursday. Washington, D.C., Boston, you guys are in this. Baltimore, Atlantic City, Richmond, Virginia, you under a marginal risk for severe weather for Thursday. Look here up across parts of Minnesota, Minneapolis, Omaha. All of you guys are under Green Bay, a marginal risk for severe weather, and that goes all the way into eastern Colorado and western Kansas here, you guys. So if you haven't done so already, be sure to subscribe here at your Weather on the Fly so everyone, you and the YouTube nation, y'all can stay up to date and weather aware. As the updates come out, I have them posted here in nice and graphical animational form for you guys. And now we're going to take a look here. Let's get the HRRR off since it has served us for what it can do. We're going to take the convective outlook off, you guys, and now we're going to go to the excessive rainfall to see if we're going to have any heavy rainfall going on. And you guys, we do have a slight risk for some excessive rainfall up across the mid-Atlantic here. Excuse me, you guys. The New Jersey area. We'll be on the lookout. Even New York here could see a slight have a slight risk for excessive rainfall, you guys. We do have a marginal risk across parts of the desert southwest, getting into the Rockies here around the Denver area, heading on down towards Phoenix, Arizona. And we do have another marginal risk up here across parts of Minnesota, Iowa, and the Dakotas for some heavy rain. As we go to day 2, no slight risk, just a marginal risk up here across parts of the extreme northern plains, extending on eastward into parts of the Great Lakes in Ohio Valley, Chicago, Detroit. We'll be on the lookout for some heavy rain. Buffalo, New York, we'll also have to be on the lookout. Denver, yet again, for tomorrow, we have to be on the lookout for some isolated instances of flash flooding with some of these storms. We get to day 3, excessive rainfall, and you can see yet again the same areas up across the Northeast, the New England area, a marginal risk. Up across parts of Iowa, Michigan, Minneapolis, will be yet again under a marginal risk for some excessive rainfall and out across the desert southwest. So we'll definitely have to be on the lookout. And look here, even across extreme southern Florida, the Miami area, for day 3, which will be Thursday, you guys. We'll be on the lookout. So yes, you guys, we have been dealing with a lot of heavy rainfall, isolated flooding in certain areas. This is just how Mother Nature works. I take her day by day, you guys, as trying to forecast Mother Nature could be a pain in the butt, as you can see with these tropical systems. One minute the GFS has the systems coming up, the next minute it goes poof, and then it just be gone, and you just don't even see it no more. So I just take the weather day by day here, you guys. And if you do so as well, you can subscribe here at your Weather on the Fly, and we're going to take this journey day by day, you guys. So that's going to be it for this one. Everyone be safe, be careful in all of this severe weather and flooding. And I will talk to you all in the next one.